Everyone, the game crashed right after that fight, and I didn't save it anytime soon. I ran back here. I killed them in slightly different positions. Let's continue moving. It is truly a pity that my dear wife Eveline passed away birthing Lisbeth. She would have loved to see them all grow. I cannot help but think that she would have been able to tame this wild streak that they all have exhibited lately. A mother is a soothing influence. I unfortunately cannot offer them this solace. I wish I could understand what brought on this recent behavior. I have received a letter today from Ambrose's boarding school. He has been expelled. I don't know what to do with that boy. With the behavior of the children so appalling, I have no choice but to bring them home. Perhaps I can find a tutor. I hope being under my watchful eye will calm their spirits. The last 6 weeks have been terrible. The tutor was a complete disaster. In fact, the poor man just packed his bags and left in the night. Any form of discipline is hopeless with Ambrose, and almost seems completely lost on the others. The only thing that I have been able to do is to play their interests. I have noticed that each child has their own avid curiosity. Strange to see it manifest at such an early age, but who am I to discourage the one moment of peace I can find with them? I now understand why the children are behaving wildly. Jeremiah came to me frightened and crying. Several years ago, the children broke into my library and procured one of my research books without my knowledge. But how was I to know a 12-year-old boy would take interest in those dusty tomes? I do not know what passage they read, but I suspect it has led to the current predicament concerning their behaviors and eccentricities. Jeremiah says they woke the spirits of the island. Hopefully I can determine what the children have done. Perhaps there is a solution. I have pored over the volumes of research, and I am no closer to understanding what Jeremiah and the children may have conjured. None of the incantations in the books could have caused this to happen. Calling a daemon or consulting with spirits should not have such a long-lasting, disturbing effect. I even traveled to the stones. Nothing there gave me clues as to what has happened. Perhaps if they had only told me at the time, I would have had more insight. Now any clues would be long gone. I have determined that the stones are some sort of focus. Perhaps there is a reason so many people have been attracted and repulsed by this land. It seems that my own fascination with the standing stones has wrought its corruption upon my children. Joseph.
Stuck. Jammed. Jammed. Stuck. Won't budge. Locked. Won't budge. Stuck. Stuck. Won't budge. Is that the door to the gardens?
Yes, it is. However, I don't have the key. I lent it to the maid. I believe she is cleaning Herr Keisinger's room today. It's located in the east wing of the house.
Thanks. I appreciate your help. Need a key. Stuck.
The door to the manor gardens is locked. The cook says the maid is the only one with the key, and she is cleaning Kessinger's room in the east wing. Kessinger. While that name might not ring true for the servant, I am deeply disturbed that Otto Kessinger would even be here. What the hell does that bastard want with my friend and his family? I can only be sure that when our paths cross, he will get more than a stern word from me. I only wonder how he plans to answer my questions when my hands are gripped tightly around his throat. Otto has done more to damage my reputation than I can remember. I have no doubts that should he find out I've made it to the Covenant estate, he'll stop at nothing to foil my attempts at uncovering the mysteries that seem to be plaguing this family and my dear friend. I'm going to take this time really quickly to talk a little bit about the Howlers we're fighting. They come in several sizes and strengths, which you may not notice, but I do fighting them. Pure white ones are the weakest and tiniest. The darker they become, the taller they get, and the stronger they are. The more hits they take, and the more damage they do. Just as a heads up.
Stuck. Jammed. Stuck.
Where is it? I know it is around here someplace. Ah, here it is.
Reddish leaves swirl in the wind like lost souls in search of rest, like an open sketchbook focused on my dreams. This land is forever pictured as a comforting autumn dusk, replete with a golden sky, with crackling river water and bubbling marshes that dot the land. It feels like a romantic artist's canvas. Upon further investigation, I have sensed horrendous visions of a gnarled doom, decorated as a picturesque facade in this endless autumn dusk. Spiny trees root deep into the foul earth, licking the ground dry of all that is good. Carcasses populate the brush, their putrid remains swallowed whole by the land, and corners of this malevolent area are teeming with vicious, ungodly prey. All Willis the grass stretches over the land, twisting together like veins of a pulsating sinew, as if the ground were alive, keen of the inhabitants that parade on its back. Beady, black, soulless eyes flash across the air, tiny, quick-winged bats streak through the bright sky, flying razors waiting for the perfect moment to descend. As they swoop by, I see sharp, bloodied teeth, a wicked, demonic smile. From the darting blurs, I hear an ominous whistling that chills my soul. They own the skies here. Wraith-like hooded minions, overseers without heart or soul, patrol this land. Slash and stitch techniques permeate their faces, and arms patched together like cheap quilts. using the skin from the bodies of rank corpses. They gather and live like packs of rabid wolves, instigating fights for supremacy. These abominations thirst for my destruction. They are mostly clustered around footpaths that seem to traverse upwards along a cliffside, but alternate groupings are planted among watering holes in the hollowed trees. Further down the path, it is as if the shadows are swallowing the surroundings whole, without a penchant of logic or drop of meaning. It is as if the only reason for this actually lies in darkness itself, like royalty that rules the black void, entombed in the night infinite. It is she, the eternal mistress of shadows. Aaron.
The great hall of paintings. There is the truth. Image becomes reality. He will rise again. The ritual continues through our blood.
Lisbeth, Ambrose, Jeremiah, Bethany, Aaron.
Bethany often used this room as her office after Jeremiah left for the war.
Why do I waste my time with posers and fools? I realize now that my correspondence with these others has been a waste of my time. Father had done more research than I could truly appreciate until now. Most of these other magicians are braggarts who act the part but rarely have an inkling of the truth. I have tried to contact the Golden Dawn but have been ignored and insulted since I am not from the continent. Alistair Crowley insists I become his acolyte. I suspect it is more of a harem. His vanity is boorish and fraudulent. He is as confused as my brother. Both are lost in vices. While Aaron numbs himself and seeks escape, the great beast actually believes it to be revelation. A few have been unresponsive or cryptic. I suspect if I pursued them, I might glean some knowledge. However, I am beginning to realize that my research and documentation are beginning to plateau. What I have learned must be put into practice. Perhaps the nature of the knowledge I seek cannot be found within this society. Trial and error has slowed my learning due to the long recovery periods. The help probably suspects something is amiss since my health fluctuates drastically between these rituals. They wouldn't dare say anything. Besides, I can always blame erratic fortitude upon my family's legacy. That should be enough to excuse my bouts of weakness. Besides, Aaron languishes in a stupor even now. Bethany.
Lovely day, isn't it?
Jammed. Jammed. Stuck. Stuck.
Elizabeth bit me today. I cannot understand what has gotten into her lately. She used to be such a graceful, proper little girl. She even licked her lips afterwards. I believe I should leave this place. Mary Turner. Oh! another amplifier. We're going to use it on ectoplasm since we're using that spell a lot.
Rifle through my personal belongings. Guards, at once!
Ether traps. According to legend, ether traps have the ability to tap into another ethereal plane of existence, and in doing so, the traps themselves become black holes in which spirits can be whisked away and temporarily trapped in another dimension. And while I'm certain that these magical weapons were not meant for our eyes, I am always humbled when my course of studies proves truth to legend. These can be used to get rid of spirits, however, they're mostly used to get rid of Aaron later in the game when he begins to harass us more and more.
Jammed. Jammed. Stuck. Won't budge.
Everyone, we're going to use this amplifier on our scry. Ranks in scry decrease the total amount of mana it takes to cast it, and higher ranks allow us to see the health of enemy monsters, as well as it increases the length of time the effect lasts for.
Won't budge. Won't budge. Stuck. Won't budge.
The power really is here. I can feel it grow as this family shrinks. 10 little, 7 little, 5 little Indians. So sad that I spilled Covenant blood prior to my arrival. Ha! It was a trifle beneath me. But arriving without cause or invitation at the king's throne simply would not do. Insignificant fodder she was. But Patrick Galloway? How was it I did not foresee his arrival? Still strange to me that Jeremiah's affection for the Irishman did not waver with time, even after the wonderful night at Cashel. I await his arrival. Otto Kessinger. Some connections are made to be discovered, while others should remain unseen. Some lands are best never spoken, as their hell lies in between. The words ring in the mind like a dream with irony not lost, for Oranos is simply that, the dream city of the forgotten souls. Governed by none but watched by many, with a sky that bleeds crimson, it is the only uncharted realm this scholar has witnessed. For the single time I attempted to grasp the land, it seemed to belittle me by changing shape. I will keep watch over this tower until the entrance can be sealed. Otto Kessinger. Health vials work exactly the same as health packs. There is no difference between the two.
I'll show you real magic.
I have heard of this weapon only in story. Created and forged of gold, it is a mystical weapon of Tibetan folklore that was lost in a mountainous area during a great battle. They called it the war cannon. Rumor has it that the person that holds this weapon must be of pure heart for it to function correctly. I seem to be able to discharge some sort of cold sphere out of it. I wonder if it can slow down these bastard creatures. This weapon can shoot out a blast of... well, it can indeed do that. Sends out a beam. I'm sorry, a beam. An orb of cold. You can charge the weapon. And also send it out. I think the difference between the two is the charged version does a little more damage. And we now have the garden key. Everyone, I'm going to stop here. Thank you for watching. When we pick back up, we'll see what awaits me.